Now, I've been looking at a few questions and people have been asking, because it comes up a lot, partial reps, are they good? Now, partial reps are fine if you're doing them, because a lot of people do them to sometimes add strength. Like if you're not used to a weight, you might just say, like if you're bench pressing 300. I know people who might go 350, but only lift it off, get a spot, and only come halfway down. It's more like just getting the feel of it. Some people do it squatting. Now that's good if you're trying to build up strength. So next time when you get to a heavier weight, it's a lot easier. Or you're just more confident in your mind that you can handle the weight on your back. Now, it's not good if you're just doing partials for ego lifting, and I see a lot of that, and that's where people make the mistake where they try to go too heavy. On leg press you see it, on squatting you see it, on benching you see it. As long as you can get as close to the exercise as possible, and as long as you feel it, then that's good. Don't have someone say, hey, you're doing that wrong. If you're doing it the best you can, if you can't do it the way they say, just because, like I said, your body makeup, your limbs, joints, just could be different tendons. It's like we're all built different. That's why you got to find programs and exercises that you feel. Yes, use the basic exercise as a guide, but then you do it to your best of your ability. You can use things when it comes to dieting and training programs as a guide, but then you'll have to work out what's best for you. And the thing is too, don't overthink it. Don't go asking 100 people, you get 100 different answers. Somebody might look at you and go, oh, you're doing that a bit wrong. But if you're getting the best pump ever, you're feeling it in the muscle that you're working, and you're seeing results, who are they to fucking tell you you're not doing it right? Generally the ones who say you're not doing it right, bro science, textbook, have you seen them? I rest my case. And then another one, we always go to drugs. And I'll post a picture. What were you on here? Majority of some of the younger pictures I post, I was on nothing. Up until, like I've said, at the end of my 19th year, that's when I started using. I used Deca. And I'm still today, look, we know drugs are in the sport. Drugs are in football. Drugs are in any pro sport where people are breaking records, where people are using their bodies, football, baseball, you name it, Olympics, they all use steroids. Man, like a lot of them for recovery, injuries, just, you know, because you want to be at 100% in your best when you're getting paid those big dollars, bodybuilders. I'm not too sure why we do it, because when I get the big dollars like that, every board, every forum, every photo, someone's got to bring up drugs. Now, do you see that in any other sport? Do you see people on their message boards? Steroids this, steroids that. What do you use to be a linebacker like that? How much is this? Or to be that quick? Should I use Winstrol? Would that help me run fast like Ben Johnson? If I get Barry Bonds' cycle, am I going to hit home runs like Barry Bonds? No, because these people already have the genetic makeup. They're already champions and they're good at what they do. That just assists their natural God-given ability, or whatever you want to call it, where it comes from. Again, we get a lot of this peak week questions. And I'm not a big believer in peak week people, because I've said it a million times. Leading up until shows, we see people looking great. They're eating, they're drinking, they're having sodium. So a 16-week diet for 15 weeks, you've pretty much been eating the same food, taking the same drugs, training, cardio. The last week, hold on, here comes the hocus pocus. We're going to cut back on training, maybe not even train. Now, what do you think that does to your body, which is a fine-tuned machine by this point? Everything's on time, eating, training, drugs. Your body's got into a rhythm. Now throw a spanner into works, change that up. You don't think your body's going to react? I train up until the day before a show. It's only a light pump, but I still keep the body doing what it's doing. As I always say, train hard, train smart. Don't overthink it. Keep it simple, and you can't go wrong. Well, maybe you can, but you'll have less things that complicate it. The more you complicate it, the more you make it bro science, you're going to fuck up, trust me. I'm only going to overthink now, what should I have next for my next meal? Curry chicken or spaghetti bolognese? But I shouldn't overthink that. I should write them down on a piece of paper, mix it up and turn it over. That's what I might do. So until next time, train hard.